The master key and program to disciplining your mind for money. How to claim your right to infinite riches now. If you follow the procedure and technique outlined herein, you will never want for money all the days of your life. Step 1. When thoughts of lack come to you, such as, I can't afford that trip, or I can't meet that note at the bank, or I can't pay that bill, never finish a negative statement about finances. Reverse it immediately in your mind by affirming, God is my instant and everlasting supply, and that bill is paid in divine order. If a negative thought comes to you 50 times in 1 hour, reverse it each time by thinking, God is my instant supply, meeting that need right now. After a while, the thought of financial lack will lose all momentum, and you will find your subconscious is being conditioned to wealth. If you look at a new car, for example, never say, I can't buy that. On the contrary, say to yourself, that car is for sale. It is a divine idea, and I accept it in divine order. Step 2. Decide now to engrave in your subconscious mind the idea of wealth. Ideas are conveyed to the subconscious by repetition, faith, and expectancy. By repeating a thought pattern or an act over and over again, it becomes automatic, and your subconscious being compulsive, you will be compelled to express it. The pattern is the same as learning to walk, swim, play the piano, type, etc. You must believe in what you are affirming. Realize that what you are affirming is like the apple seeds you deposit in the ground, and they grow after their kind. By watering and fertilizing these seeds, you accelerate their growth. Know what you are doing and why you are doing it. Step 3. Repeat the following affirmation for about 5 minutes night and morning. I am now writing in my subconscious mind the idea of God's wealth. God is the source of my supply, and all my needs are met at every moment of time and point of space. God's wealth flows freely, joyously, and ceaselessly into my experience, and I give thanks for God's riches forever circulating in my experience. Step 4. Reason it out in your mind that God, or the life principle, is the source of the universe, the galaxies in space, and everything you see, whether you look at the stars in the sky, the mountains, the lakes, the deposits in the earth and sea, or all animals and plants. The life principle gave birth to you, and all the powers, qualities, and attributes of God are within you. Come to a simple conclusion that everything you see and are aware of came out of the invisible mind of God, or life, and that everything that man has invented, created, or made came out of the invisible mind of man, and the mind of man and the mind of God are one, for there is only one mind common to all individual men. Come now to a clear-cut decision that God is the source of your supply of energy, vitality, health, creative ideas, the source of the sun, the air you breathe, the apple you eat, and the money in your pocket, for everything is made inside and out of the invisible. It is as easy for God to become wealth in your life as it is to become a blade of grass. This is the master key. When applied as outlined in this program, the law of opulence will work for you as well as for anybody else. The law of mind is no respecter of persons. Your thoughts make you wealthy or poor. Choose the riches of life right here and right now. The whole world and all its treasures in the sea, air, and earth were here when you were born. Begin to think of the untold and undiscovered riches all around you, waiting for the intelligence of man to bring them forth. You can have an idea worth a fortune. Moreover, you are here to release the imprisoned splendor within you and surround yourself with luxury, beauty, and the riches of life. Make friends with money, and you will always have money. You will learn that it is necessary to have the right attitude toward money. When you really make friends with money, you will always have a surplus of it. It is normal and natural for you to desire a fuller, richer, happier, and more wonderful life. Look upon money as God's idea of maintaining the economic health of the nations of the world. When money is circulating freely in your life, you are economically healthy, in the same manner as when your blood is circulating freely, you are free from congestion. Begin now to see money in its true significance and role in life as a symbol of exchange. Money to you should mean freedom from want. It should mean beauty, luxury, abundance, sense of security, and refinement. Being poor is a mental attitude. Begin to think of the untold riches all around you, waiting for the intelligence of man to reveal them. There is a guiding principle within you which, when called upon, will reveal to you the riches you are seeking. There is an old saying, "Make friends with money, and you will always have it." Look upon money as God's idea, circulating among nations, maintaining economic health. Claim that money is circulating in your life, and your subconscious will see to it that you have all the money you need. If you condemn money, calling it filthy lucre, the root of all evil, and making other such nonsensical statements, your money will take wings and fly away. Money, like everything else in the universe, is universal substance, which is spirit reduced to the point of visibility. Money, like nickel, cobalt, iron, platinum, lead, oil, and coal, are all forms of the universal substance, operating at different frequencies and vibrations. Adopt a new attitude toward money, realizing you are entitled to be richly compensated for your work, whether it be writing, teaching, gardening, or whatever. Think of all the good you can do when money is circulating freely in your life. You can work very hard, but if you dislike money or criticize it, you will find yourself in want financially. You do not make a god of money, but you realize that it is essential on this three-dimensional plane. You look to the real source of wealth, which is God, and you know that as you turn to the source, it will turn to you and give you all the riches of life. In other words, you don't worship a created thing, you worship the Creator. Your expectation is from God, who giveth to all life, breath, and all things richly to enjoy. Claim that you are always using money wisely, judiciously, and constructively for your own good, and that of all men and women everywhere. Constantly claim also that the infinite reveals better ways in which you can serve. The master key to disciplining the mind for money is to come to a clear-cut decision once and for all that God is the source of everything you see in the universe, and that everything man has made came also out of the mind of God. Believing this to be true, your affirmation for wealth will prove productive. When fearful thoughts or thoughts of lack come to your mind, reverse them at once by affirming, "God is my instant supply. That bill is paid in divine mind now," or any similar appropriate affirmation. The secret is, never finish a negative statement regarding finances. After a while, the negative thoughts will cease to come, and you find you have conditioned your subconscious to wealth. A salesman advanced from $5,000 to $25,000 in a year by changing his attitude of mind toward himself and money. His subconscious belief in poverty had held him back. He began to feed his subconscious mind with thoughts of success, opulence, right action, and abundance, and he discovered that his thought, when properly guided, created promotion, wealth, self-esteem, and recognition from his superiors and customers. He learned that what he inscribes in his subconscious becomes effective and functional in his life. His journey is now ever onward, upward, and Godward. A young lady, a very good writer who had several articles accepted for publication, said to me, "I don't write for money." I said to her, "What's wrong with money? It's true you don't write for money, but the laborer is worthy of his hire. What you write inspires, lifts up, and encourages others. When you adopt the right attitude, financial compensation will automatically come to you freely and copiously." She actually disliked money. Once she referred to money as filthy lucre. She had a subconscious pattern that there was some virtue in poverty. I explained to her that there was no evil in the universe, and that good and evil were in the thoughts and motivations of man. All evil comes from misinterpretation of life and misuse of the laws of mind. In other words, the only evil is ignorance, and the only consequence is suffering. It would be foolish to pronounce uranium, silver, lead, copper, iron, cobalt, nickel, calcium, or a dollar bill evil. The only difference between one metal and another is the number and rate of motion of electrons revolving around a central nucleus. A piece of paper such as a $100 bill is innocuous, and the only difference between it and copper or lead is that the atoms and molecules with their electrons and protons are arranged differently for the physical evidences of money. She adopted new ideas toward money and prospered accordingly. Here is a simple technique she practiced, which multiplied money in her experience. My writings go forth to bless, heal, inspire, elevate, and dignify the minds and hearts of men and women, and I am divinely compensated in a wonderful way. I look upon money as divine substance, for everything is made from the one Spirit. I know matter and spirit are one. Money is constantly circulating in my life, and I use it wisely and constructively. Money flows to me freely, joyously, and endlessly. Money is an idea in the mind of God, and it is good and very good. This young lady's changed attitude toward money has worked wonders in her life, and she has completely eradicated that strange, superstitious belief that money was filthy lucre. She realized that her silent condemnation of money caused money to fly from her instead of to her. Her income has tripled in 3 months, which was just the beginning of her financial prosperity. Meditation for a rich harvest of financial wealth. Use the following meditation for assurance in achieving financial wealth. Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy lands. I know that my faith in God determines my future. My faith in God means my faith in all things good. I unite myself now with true ideas, and I know the future will be in the image and likeness of my habitual thinking. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. From this moment forward my thoughts are on whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are lovely and of good report. Day and night I meditate on these things, and I know these seeds, thoughts, which I habitually dwell upon, will become a rich harvest for me. I am the captain of my own soul. I am the master of my fate, for my thought and feeling are my destiny.